Hey there, it's Mike D, Cyberspace to your place. Real quick, having a little fun again here with our screen capture audios and actually trying out a new screen capture program. For the longest time I used Jing by TechSmith. Had a great, very inexpensive version if you want to record 5-minute videos. But lately I've been, mapping out some longer screen capture videos. So I just figured, let me give Snagit a try, which is actually owned by the same, developed by the same company, TechSmith. And so anyway, I'm trying that out now, 30 days, and I'll obviously buy the program after that. But this first video here was, inspired by a very long conversation I had with someone, who works in a very specialty field. And because they work in a very specialty field, that's where all their knowledge is. So they were pretty much unaware of the difference in search results that Google will serve, all right, to a user. So some of this may seem very fundamental to you, but I would encourage you to keep watching, because we're going to talk a little bit about organic search engine results, and we're going to talk about Google pay per click results, or Google Adwords, when you do a search, and some of the other areas where you can be found with Adwords, and some of the things that go into good organic listings for a local service business. All right, so let's use a couple examples here. Let's say that I'm either in hot water or somebody else is going to be in hot water. So here I am looking for a local. I'm in New Hampshire and I want to find a law firm in Concord, New Hampshire. So I do a very specific geo-targeted search. Now some people will just put law firms in and the search results will vary a little bit, and they will vary, but Google will still serve local results based on your IP address, which is another interesting lesson in itself. But anyway, let's just say I type in Concord NH law firms, and now let's see the difference. Right here, these are paid ads. All right, these are what we call top of page ads. The reason why these are being shown is a few things. Either these folks have the best budget, and a combination of the best quality score and the most relevance, which is why they're being shown above. These are called top of page ads. Now these aren't necessarily the best, but they definitely are the first place the eye will see, and then the eye will kind of go here and then sort of move to the right of the page. But these are paid. This is where Google makes its billions. This is also where Google makes its billions, all right? So these are paid listings. And now here we have the first set of organic results. Now this first set of these two first organic results, now remember what these are. These are organic results. These are directory sites. So Yahoo is obviously a huge directory, and local.yahoo is a huge local directory. So how do you get found here? Well, you have a decent Yahoo listing, and it almost, to the user, is almost another search inside a search, which is not really the point of Google, but Google serves this as relevant because they'll say, oh, well, here's where you'll find a ton of lawyers. Same thing here. Now this is a general directory. This is an industry-specific directory, lawyers.com, all legal issues, Concord, New Hampshire law firms. This is a very specific local directory inside this big national directory, lawyers.com. So these are both the first two sets of organic listings. So far we have paid, first two organic. Now here we have a little different. These are called, right here, all these points, these are the local results, okay, or the places listings, or most recently the Google Plus page places listings. Sorry to confuse you, but now these are all the brick and mortar offices that have been registered and enhanced on Google Plus Local, and there's plenty more of these, but these are the ones that Google is choosing to show first, and there's a lot of, could be a lot of reasons why these are, A through G, and these folks are being ranked A through G, because as you can see here, if I want to see more, I gotta get off this page, and then you get into more organic results, and you can see still we have another directory, Yellow Pages, and then finally we get into the actual websites. But then again, we have another directory, another directory, another directory, another directory. Wow, what a pain. Tons of directories. So, I mean, how do you get here? Okay. Well, you get here by making your website relevant It comes back to how the site's built and all the things that are done when Google crawls that site to see that it's relevant, and the depth of content that's there. How do you get here? Well, you have a good strategic local strategy in place. You know, where you have multiple listings, you have enhanced listings, your listings are in sync. That's very important. How do you get here? Well, you pay. And now sometimes this is again the mistake that people make. You know, it's usually not one or the other with AdWords, okay? It's sometimes both that you'll do, all right? You may, especially in a very competitive field like lawyers, you know, you would most likely do an AdWords campaign, and you would most likely have a local campaign, and then you would have an organic search campaign. Yeah, it could be a lot, but it really does all go together, but each strategy helps each other. Let me take a swig of coffee here. All right, so now we get into, let me show you one example. Let's say now I was in hot water, or someone else was going to be in hot water, and the outcome was favorable to me. So now I'm going to throw a party, and I need a caterer. So now I go to Concord NH catering. I looking for a caterer. Look at the difference here now. This is something that Google is testing, I think mainly for very visual or food type businesses. That's what I've seen. You know, the more reviews we have in here, the better. As you can see, you know, sometimes it doesn't matter. You're seeing this is actually a duplicate listing, but you're seeing still getting second place. Who knows why here? But yes, definitely the more reviews, the better. Here is someone actually we started working with, and our goal, and he was nowhere to be found. Now we're moving him closer to there into the front. And now you see, but see the difference with the paid with the places or the local listings. Google is now testing something different, showing them up here in a scroll bar, if you will. Now you have another ad. Panera Bread, a big company, probably a lot of you heard of it, is showing up here. And now, oh, there goes our client showing up the first under the paid in the organic results for those for that search term. All right, right there, which is a good thing. So now you see more organic results. Now, what do you see as the big difference here? This business, you know, or if you're in the catering business in this local area, you would actually benefit from doing some organic to be found here, some local to be found here, and some paid ads to be found either here or here. Because what do you see as the difference? The difference is there's not a lot of competition with the ads here, which means the ad prices are not going to be as high. Then you move over here, look at how much competition is here for the ads. Now these ads, the cost per click is way higher than if we were in the catering business. So I hope this educates you a little bit, and now Google's making a little money showing here. The reason why these ads aren't up high is because these are not as relevant, not done as well. So you could, if you were in the catering business in Concord NH, you can really do well with AdWords if you have the right you know, ROI in place and good tracking and everything like that. Which leads me to a couple other things before we close. AdWords, again, the big takeaway here: organic search marketing. You've seen it in action. AdWords, you've seen it in action. A couple things that you want to remember with AdWords: doing a Google AdWords campaigns allows you to show up in other areas. Let me give you an example. Here's a little email I sent to myself just as a test. Now look here, this is an ad. This is called the display network, and all across the web, Google has its tentacles in the display network, where you know, you're going to be on relevant sites, or in this case, my email conversation. I'm getting self-publishing ads because I'm a published author. There's my, and I'm seeing, you know, I'm obviously talking about internet marketing a lot, so Google knows that, so they're serving me A/B testing ad here. So this is just a few things you want to keep in mind. And finally, with AdWords, this is where you would do. You can use a search to be found on search, mobile, very key to be found on search, pay for search ads, and then the display network. You can actually choose both, or you could choose, you know, just a search network or just a display network. And sometimes, you know, you'll want to choose both or one or the other depending on your campaign or your marketing goals. All right, so I hope we had some fun here on this video. And if you have some questions, let me know. And if you hopefully you got some clarification on the difference between AdWords and paid organic. I'm sorry, an organic search, non-paid.